Copyright protection automatically applies to original literary and artistic creations made by human beings. While you might not initially think of a software code as a literary and artistic creation, copyright law protects both source and object codes if they satisfy the following two conditions. First, they have to be written by a physical person. Second, the written code must have a certain degree of originality, enough to be different from existing software, at least in certain parts. For example, when a company's activity relies on the use of a specific software program, it is most probably protected by copyright. What about the ideas behind a software program? Copyright does not protect the idea behind a software program, meaning that different people can have the same idea but implement it in various ways. Who has a right to use a software program? Typically, usage rights belong to the author, who decides under which license to release the code and controls if and how others can run the software solution. However, if the computer program is created within an employment context, the rights to use, modify, adapt, and sell the piece of software are assigned to the employer by law. If a client commissions a software program to an external developer, the rights to use must be determined by the contract. If I buy a computer program, what am I allowed to do with it? For proprietary software products, I buy a license to use them, and I'm only allowed to run them on the number of devices defined by the license. It is possible that a software program is released with an open license. This does not mean that the program can be used free of charge. You probably still have to pay for its use, but you should be able to access the source code and run, modify, and share it according to the terms of the license. If you modify or adapt the source code, your contributions must also adhere to the license's terms, particularly with GNU licenses, requiring a compatible GNU license on any added parts. On the other side, non-protected software codes, either because they are AI-generated or because they lack sufficient originality, can be run, studied, and shared by anyone without permission. In this case, there is no authorship in the sense of copyright, and the piece of software cannot be licensed. To conclude, we can say that software codes are protected by copyright if the illustrated conditions are fulfilled.